What's up everyone, RyFX here, and welcome to my review of the Hot Toys Guardians of the Galaxy Starlord. Who? On the front of the box we have this 80s style packaging with this purple starry background and the blue grid on the bottom, and of course that Guardians of the Galaxy G that they kind of took from the Avengers A that they usually do. And of course we have an actual picture of Starlord, aka Peter Quill. On the side of the box we continued that starry background, but now we see MMS 255 Starlord 1/6 scale collectible figure, and now on the back of the box we see that Guardians of the Galaxy G, and with all those warning labels just pretty much all within that G. And on the side of the box we pretty much see the exact same thing on the other side of the box. Nothing different. And on the top of the box it says Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, and on the bottom we see the same thing. Nothing really too different. Now when you slip up the slip cover off, you're greeted to the window display with the figure and all of its accessories, and of course you have this lined like grid that has like the measurements of the Guardians when they're getting detained at that prison. It's putting those measurements. Then on the back you have the cast and crew, and the side you have Starlord. Pretty much the same thing on the outside of the box. Now here's all the accessories that the Starlord figure comes with. You get 2 fisted hands, a orb grasping hand which fits something inside, if you catch my drift, not to spoil anything. Then you have 2 plasma rifles, you have extra wrist peg, an extra head sculpt with light up eyes and the mask, and of course his Sony Walkman. That doesn't say Sony Walkman, or kind of look like the one that's in the movie. Now here's a close-up look at the gun. The handle has like this black and white pattern to it. Just the whole look of this gun kind of screams like 1980s like futuristic style to it, and it has a lot of wear and tear to it. It really looks nice. I love the way it looks. Now here's the tape player. It's not a Sony Walkman like in the movie. For licensing purposes they can't do that. If they did, this figure would probably cost like $50 more than it is. Just be careful with the earpiece area. I broke mine off pretty bad. It took a lot of gluing and a lot of work to get it back on, but I got it back on. So just be careful that if you decide to pick this figure up. But I'm glad they included this Walkman lookalike, because the Walkman was a big part of the movie with that whole dance scene at the beginning. Of course you just need the Walkman. Now here's a close-up look at the second head sculpt with the mask on. It has light up eyes. I just love the wear and tear that they put on this thing. It looks really nice. I'm glad they even included a second head sculpt. And the way you turn on the eyes, you just take out the back and then you flip the switch. It's really easy. It's a really simple task. I'm glad they made it that simple, just to pop off the back, instead of like how they do with the Iron Mans. They want you to pop off the front or the top of it in like 2 pieces. They made this very easy to take off. Now here's the stand that all of the Guardians of the Galaxy figures come with, except for Drax. Yeah, of course Drax, don't even want to say, but I'm glad they all include a stand that all kind of looks alike. Very nice touch. Now here's Starlord, aka Peter Quill, aka Chris Pratt. They did a great job with the head sculpt. It doesn't have exactly a neutral face. He kind of has like a smirk to him, and it just brings out the character of Starlord. If you just look at that face, it looks just like Chris Pratt. They did a great job with it. Probably the best head sculpt of the Guardians of the Galaxy figures by far. And just the clothes on him, they just did a great job with the tailoring and everything, from the clothes to some of the wear that you see just all over him. They did a great job, even with the red jacket. Just the red jacket just looks so cool, and it has wear and tear on it. If you look at the back of the jacket, it has just all this burnt area from his thrusters, I guess, burning the back of his jacket. They just did a wonderful job with it. And his bag too. They included his bag, his satchel, with his tape player. They just did a great job. I really love this figure, and the cape, or the jacket rather, has some wires in the back of his jacket. So if you want to mess with those bottom pieces where it's all torn, you can adjust it. The wires aren't that crazy strong, but they're enough to bend it to where you like. Now we'll do some articulation first, starting off with the head. He gets some nice movement, going side to side with his head, and now going down and up. He gets okay. It's not the best, but it's still a lot better than other Hot Toys figures. And he could do a full 360 with his head, so you could get in pretty nice poses with his head. Now for shoulder articulation, he goes about up to there. He's not really all that hindered with his jacket and clothes, but when you try to move him up forward, it gets pretty bad. He can't move back neither. He pretty much gets stuck. I had quite a few problems with it. As far as his elbow goes, it does really well. It has good deal room to bend his elbow. As far as ab, he actually gets pretty good ab articulation. He could go forward pretty far, and as far as pushing back, he could push back really well. It looks like he has a stomach to him. And as far as doing the splits, he can't really do the splits. It's really hindered by the pants, unfortunately. And as far as bending his leg back and then forward, he gets okay motion. Not the best, but it's still alright. For knee articulation, he doesn't get that great knee articulation. He just goes about a 90-degree angle. And as far as ankle pivot, there is none. He gets some twists on the top of the leg, but there is no ankle pivot. Now for $220, I gotta say they absolutely did a great job with this figure. I'm very pleased with it. I think it's absolutely worth $220. The extra head sculpt, the accessories that are included with it, the clothes that he has, that wear and tear, they just did a great job. And of course the likeness to Chris Pratt, they just did an amazing job with this figure. I'm very pleased with it. At one time earlier in the year, I was saying that this was the best figure of 2015. They just did a great job with it. But of course, as time went on, other figures came out. Yeah, this went kind of lower down the totem pole. They did a great job with this figure. It's probably in my, I would say, maybe top 5, or maybe just right below my top 5, I had to say. But yeah, they did a great job with this figure. I highly recommend it for $220 or even a little bit more. They just did a great job with this figure. I highly recommend it. So that is my review of the Hot Toys Guardians of the Galaxy Starlord. Who? This is the MMS 255. If you found this review helpful, if you enjoyed it, of course, please leave a like, a subscribe, and of course, if you wish to, a comment. You know, hearing your thoughts and stuff always helps me out, and of course leaving a like too really helps a lot. So yeah, hopefully I will see y'all next time in another review or just another video of mine. Thank you for watching, and I will catch y'all next time. Bye bye.
If you enjoyed that video, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You have 5 seconds to comply. 4, 3, 2, 1.